In our earlier video of this series, we studied about the terms such as nodes or junction, loop or mesh, and branch. Students, if you are not aware of these terms of network analysis, so kindly go and watch my earlier video which was describing these terms and terminology. You can always access that video by clicking on the top right corner of the I button. In that particular video, I also discussed with you all that series combination basically is voltage divider combination. So one should remember that series combination as voltage divider circuit, whereas a parallel combination always as current divider circuit. So these are some of the basics that you should be aware of before we start with the actual study of series combination and parallel combination of capacitor or resistor. So if you do not know, as I suggested you, kindly go click on the top right corner and watch these videos to have the basic knowledge about all these things. So students, let's begin with the series combination of capacitor. Here I have got three capacitors, C1, C2 and C3, all connected in series, and across this series combination of capacitor I am connecting a battery of V volt across the same. Now this battery V sends a charge Q that flows through each of these capacitors C1, C2 and C3 and then returns back. Now due to this charge, the potential that develops across the first capacitor is V1, the potential that develops across the second capacitor is V2, and the voltage that gets across our third capacitor C3 is V3. We already know that series circuit is a voltage divider circuit, so the working equation for this voltage divider circuit will be V total has got divided into three voltages, V1, V2 and V3. So I can say that V total is equals to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So the total potential that I have applied V then must be equals to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Now from capacitor, we already know the capacitance of a capacitor is defined as C is equals to Q, that is the charge stored on any one plate of the capacitor, divided by the potential difference developed across the plates of the capacitor. Now over here across my first capacitor, the charge happens to be Q, but the potential difference developed across being equal to be V1. So I can say that V1 must be equals to Q by C1. Similarly, V2 must be equals to Q by C2 and V3 must be equals to Q by C3. Each capacitor is carrying the same charge because they were connected in series. Now substituting this value of V1, V2 and V3 in our working equation, so I get now V total being equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 as V total is equals to Q by C1 plus Q by C2 plus Q by C3. Now taking Q common from the right side of the equation, so I get V total being equals to Q in bracket 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2 plus 1 upon C3. Now this V total being equal to V, as I told you, the total potential that we have connected across the combination of capacitor as V. So V is equals to, I can then easily say as Q times of 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3, and bringing this Q on the left hand side of the equation, I will get as V by Q is equals to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3, and V by Q is nothing but 1 upon the net combination of these three capacitors. Let me say the net combination of these three capacitors as C total, the total capacitance. So I will get 1 upon C total being equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So friend, that comes out to be my net capacitance across these three capacitors. Now if instead of these three capacitor I was given say n such capacitor, then I can generalize the same result for n such capacitor as 1 upon C total being equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3 plus dot 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 till 1 by Cn. Now if C1 is equals to C2 is equals to C3 is equals to Cn, and all these capacitance are equal to, let's say, C, then I can rewrite this equation as 1 by C total as 1 by C plus 1 by C plus 1 by C plus dot 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 till n times, and then simplifying the result, taking the LCM C, 1 plus 1 plus 1 on the numerator for n times, and then reciprocating it, then C total becomes equals to C by n. So you can see, students, that in series combination the net capacitance always decreases because it has become C by n times. So whenever you want to decrease the capacitance of a circuit, you should always connect the capacitances in series. So let's move to the parallel combination of capacitors. So what happens now? I have connected the capacitors in parallel. Once again, I have got three capacitors, C1, C2 and C3. All these three capacitances are connected in parallel, and across the parallel combination of this capacitor I connect a battery of V volt. Now remember friends, I told you about a term called as node, where more than two current carrying path meet. So here I have got more than two current carrying path meeting. So this becomes my node N1 and this becomes my node N2, and across these nodes I have connected a battery of potential V. This battery sends a charge Q, and this charge Q at the node and gets divided into three different charges. The charge that flows from the upper one is Q1, the charge that flows from the middle one is Q2, and the charge that flows from the lower one happens to be Q3. Since the charge is getting divided, so this becomes an example of a parallel circuit. So remember friends, parallel circuit is charge or the current divider circuit. So I can say Q, that the total charge that I have sent got divided into three parts, Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. Now if you see across these two nodes, this is also a node because once again I have got more than two current carrying path meeting. So this also becomes my node. Now across the node N1 and N2, a battery of a potential difference of V volt has been applied. So the same potential difference will come across each branch. Across the nodes, whatsoever is connected is called as branch. So this is my branch B1, isn't it? So across the same nodes, the branches have the same potential. So the branch 1 will have a potential of V, the branch 2 will also have a potential of V, and the branch 3 will also have a potential of V volt. So also from our earlier discussion on capacitance, I know that the capacitance can be defined as C is equals to Q by V, isn't it? So since this has got a potential of V branch, so branch 1 has got a potential of V volt, so I can write down Q1 is equals to C1 into V. Similarly, the branch 2 is also connected across the same node, and the node N1 and N2 already have a potential of V volt. Then I can say that Q2 is equals to C2 times V. Similarly, if you notice, the branch 3 also is being connected across the node N1 and N2, and across the node N1 and N2 I have got a potential of V volt applied. So the Q3 will be equals to C3 times V. So remember friends, as I told you, whenever across any two nodes the potential difference is applied, the same potential difference would appear across each of the branches connected across the same nodes. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to substitute this value in this equation number 1, our working equation. So I can then say Q total is equals to Q1 being equals to C1V, Q2 being equal to C2V, and Q3 being equals to C3V. The Q total is equals to C1V plus C2V plus C3V. Now taking V common on the right side of the equation and then bringing it on the left hand side, the Q total upon V is equals to C1 plus C2 plus C3. And Q upon V is nothing but the net capacitance of these three. So I can say that net capacitance C total is equals to C1 plus C2 plus C3. So remember, if the capacitors are connected in parallel, then the net capacitance is given by the expression C1 plus C2 plus C3. And if there are n such capacitors that have been given, then I can say that C total is equals to C1 plus C2 plus C3 plus dot 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 till Cn. And if C1 being equal to C2 being equal to C3 is equals to Cn is equals to C, then I can say that C plus C plus C, of substituting all C's in this equation. So I can say that C plus C plus C plus C, how many times? N times. So C total becomes equals to N times of C. So remember, in parallel combination, the net capacitance of the circuit always increases. So parallel combination, the net capacitance increases, whereas in series combination you have seen the net capacitance being decreasing. So whenever you have to increase the capacitance of a circuit, connect the capacitors in parallel. If you want to decrease the capacitance of the circuit, connect the capacitance in series. Students, let's now try with the series combination of resistors. So what we have got, we have taken three resistors R1, R2 and R3, all connected in series. How do you know that they are connected in series? If there is a battery of V volt, and if this battery sends a current I, the current I flows from each resistor the same. So the same current I flows from the resistor R1, the same current I flows from the resistor R2, then the same current I flows from the resistor R3, and then the potential that develops across the resistor R1 is, let's say, V1, the potential that develops across R2 is V2, and the potential that develops across R3 is V3. So what is happening? The same current flows, but the potential gets divided. So whenever you get a potential divided or a potential divider circuit, then such circuits are known as series circuit. So this becomes my series circuit. Now from the working equation of the potential divider circuit, the total voltage that has been sent must be equal to the potential that has got divided. So V total must be equals to V1, V2 and V3. So V total is equals to V1 plus V2 plus V3, and from Ohm's law I know that V is equals to IR. So the potential that gets across the first resistor is V is equals to IR. So V1 is equals to IR1. Similarly, V2 is equals to IR2 and V3 is equals to IR3. Substituting it over here in the first equation, in this equation, okay. So Vt is equals to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. But what is Vt? Vt is the total voltage that you are applying, that is V. So V is equals to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. So I can take I common in the right hand side of the equation. So the net voltage V is equals to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. I been taken out and brought in on the left hand side. So V upon I, ठीक है students, V upon I is equals to R total is equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So you can see that the net resistance in a series combination comes out to be R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now if there were n such resistors, R1, R2, R3 and so on till n. So n such resistors when connected in series, then R total will be equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus dot 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 till Rn. Now if R1 is equals to R2 is equals to R3 is equals to Rn is equals to R, if each resistor was of R ohm each, then I can say that R total will be equals to R plus R plus R, how many times? N times. So the net resistance comes out to be NR. So friends, do remember, whenever you connect in series, the resistors, the net resistance of the circuit always increases and becomes N times if each resistor was equal to R each. So series circuit, in series circuit, the net resistance of the circuit always increases. So let's begin with the parallel combination of resistors. So now I have given three resistors, R1, R2 and R3, all connected in parallel. So you can see this is R1, this is R2 and this is R3, and all these three resistances are connected in parallel. Now across this parallel combination of resistors, I have got a voltage V being applied. Now this battery V sends a current I, comes at this point, and from this point the current gets divided into different parts. So the current I that is flowing gets divided into three parts, I1, I2 and I3. So this point is going to be referred by us as node. Why node? Because at this point I am finding more than two current carrying paths. So whenever in a circuit I get more than two current carrying paths, it becomes a node. So this becomes my node N1 and this becomes my node N2. Now across this node N1, I have got N1 and N2, I have got a battery V connected, a potential difference of V volt applied. Then across the nodes, whatsoever things are connected, they were referred by us as branch. So this becomes my branch 1, this becomes my branch 2, whereas this becomes my branch 3. So there are three branches. So all these three branches will have the same potential as that of the potential applied across the two nodes. So since N1 and N2 are having the potential V, so branch 1 will also have a potential of V, branch 2 will also have a potential of V, and branch 3 will also have a potential of V volt each. Now from Ohm's law we already know that V is equals to I into R. Since branch 1 has got a voltage of V, so I1 will be equals to V by R1. Similarly I2 will be equals to V by R2 and I3 will be equals to V by R3. So substituting it over there, I1 is equals to V by R1, I2 is equals to V by R2 and I3 is equals to V by R3. And now being a parallel circuit, the total current I got divided into three parts, I1 plus I2, I1, I2 and I3. So I have got this working equation of I is equals to I1 plus I2 plus I3, and substituting this value of I1, I2, I3 in this particular equation, then I will get I is equals to I1 as V by R1, I2 as V by R2 and I3 as V by R3, taking V outside of the right hand side of the equation and bring it on the left hand side. So I upon V is equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. I upon V is nothing but 1 upon R. So 1 upon R total is equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Now if there were n such resistors which were connected in parallel, then I could have said that 1 by R total is equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 plus dot 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 till 1 by Rn. So in parallel the net resistance comes out to be 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus dot 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 till 1 by Rn. Now if R1 is equals to R2 is equals to R3, all were equal to each other and they in turn was equal to R, then I can say that 1 by R total would be equals to 1 by R plus 1 by R plus 1 by R, how many times? N times. So R total will then be equals to R by N. So here you can see whenever the resistors are connected in parallel, the net resistance of the circuit always decreases, friends. So you should understand that in series the net resistance increases, whereas in parallel the net resistance decreases. It is just opposite to what we learned with the capacitor. Friends, thank you for watching. Don't forget to give a like और comment. अगर अभी तक आपने मेरे इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो please do the same. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so that whenever a new video is loaded, you get the notification. Take care and we will meet back again with a new video and a new solution. Thank you, friends.